Ooh. Hillary Clinton got some nerve, boy. She got some nerve. She got some nerve. She got some nerve. But it's all right, though. Apparently, in Hillary Clinton's new documentary, she has some choice words for Bernie Sanders. Seems like she's still living in her delusions of grandeur, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Thanks for tuning in. So, the other day we talked about Hillary Clinton releasing a new documentary on Hulu, and it's called Hillary. Yeah, I know. Ooh, the ego. Boy, it's no limit to her ego, I know. But in that documentary, I think inevitably everyone expected for them to talk about 2016. But of course, you know, Hillary Clinton has revisionist history. And in her version of history, she believes that Bernie Sanders was just not as liked as she was. Like, you know, like that she just feels bad for people. I'm going to read you a quote from her documentary. This is real life. It really happened. It really happened. All right. He was in Congress for years. He had one senator support him, referring to Senator Jeff Merkley, because he was the only senator who came out and supported Bernie in 2016, which, by the way, is an indictment on the Senate, not Bernie Sanders, because Jeff Merkley is actually one of the most progressive senators in the Senate, in case you did not know. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He's got nothing done. Clinton said in the documentary, he was a career politician. It's all just baloney, and I feel so bad that people got sucked into it. But she goes on. So it said Clinton, excuse me, Clinton would not pledge to support Sanders if he won the 2020 Democratic nomination, citing the wide Democratic field and concerns about Sanders' online supporters, calling them Bernie bros. Yes, because David Brock didn't create an entire troll camp dedicated to smearing people as Bernie bros. That didn't happen, I guess. She says, I'm not going there yet. What happened to Blue No Matter Who? That should change quick. Boy, that changed quick. Woo, that was fast. When y'all thought that he wasn't going to win, it was Blue No Matter Who, right? We think we can cheat. We think we can cheat enough so that we can say Blue No Matter Who and not actually have to abide by that rule. That shit changed so fast. Wow, man. It went from Blue No Matter Who to hold up. I'm not going there yet. All right, let's be patient here. Love it. All right. She says, we're still in a very vigorous primary season, Clinton said. I will say, however, that it's not only him. It's the culture around him. It's his leadership. It's his prominent supporters. It's his online Bernie bros. And their relentless attacks on lots of his competitors, particularly women. And I really hope people are paying attention to that, because it should be worrisome that he has permitted this culture. Not only permitted, he seems to really be very much supporting it. Wow. So we not going to talk about was it Share Blue? David Brock's troll farm. David Brock, you know, Hillary Clinton's guy, where they made an entire plan that was, let's create a bunch of trolls and make it seem like Hillary Clinton is more popular than she was, and make it seem like Trump was less popular than he was. We're not going to talk about the fact, you want to talk about leadership, right? It's his leadership. It's his staff. Kamala Harris's, I guess it was a press secretary. Literally, the moment that Kamala got exposed by Tulsi, immediately said she's an Assad apologist. Immediately. That's the culture you want. Let's talk about Hillary Clinton herself, who said that Tulsi Gabbard is being propped up by Russia and Vladimir Putin to run as a third-party candidate. Let's talk about the fact that in 2016, Bernie Sanders signed a contract saying that he would support the Democratic nominee, and he did. Once again, much to the dismay of his supporters, he kept his word in that regard. and then you turn around and say he didn't support you quick enough because he was running for office. Let's talk about the fact that you were literally more disliked than Donald Trump. That's not conjecture. That is a fact. You have been consistently, polls are saying, I should say, consistently, that amongst Democrats and Republicans, when everybody's pulled together, you are the most disliked politician in the nation. Damn near in the history of the nation. Your numbers are there with Bush. George W. Bush, not George H.W. Bush. But crazy, no, I did not see Bernie apologize to Biden yet. I have not. But you really? No, he didn't get anything done. Look, man, Bernie is by no means been a perfect politician. But let's get one thing clear, Hillary. You were literally the most unproductive senator in all of the Senate when you were a senator. You were unproductive as hell. You didn't do shit. You know what your legacy is? We got to start treating Iraq like a business opportunity. That's your legacy in the Senate. Remember? Just out of curiosity, I know. Remember when you tried to get something done for healthcare, supposedly in the 90s, while you were first lady, and you got zero? You didn't get anything done. Remember that? Remember when you tried to run for president and in 2007, when the world was a little bit less tolerant, a little bit less educated, right? You ran against the black guy named Barack Hussein Obama. Jesus is like, look, woman, if you can't beat, you are a white woman in America with the entire establishment behind you. Okay. If you can't beat a 40-year-old black man with 3 years in this, less than 3 years at the time, less than 3 years in the Senate, named Barack Hussein Obama, you just don't need to be president. America is sending you a message. So not only did you didn't just lose, by the end of it, you got obliterated by Barack Hussein Obama. Bro, do you know how Islamophobic and paranoid people were back then? And here's what the worst part is, people. Even Hillary knew how paranoid and Islamophobic, at least tacitly so, America was, because she even pushed racist and Islamophobic ads to try and play on that fear. And yet, you still lost to Barack Hussein Obama. Still. No, you got beat by a guy. Everybody knew who you were historically. No, barely anyone knew who Barack Obama was before that election. And your loss led to the man being the most popular politician in the history of the world. Like this, it's wrong. Well, I lied. He was the most popular politician in the history of the world. Now, the most popular politician in the history of the world is the guy that you're saying is not well liked and didn't accomplish anything. So, is the man's nickname the Amendment King because he's the king of not getting amendments passed? Is that why? They just is like, man, you suck so bad at getting amendments done, which is extremely difficult to do in the Senate, which requires a lot of bipartisan support to get done. You suck so bad at getting amendments passed. I want to call you the Amendment King so everybody knows that you don't get amendments passed. What? Didn't he just get a bill to end the war in Yemen passed that he, Tulsi Gabbard, and Ro Khanna introduced in the House? Bernie introduced it in the Senate. Didn't he just get that passed? Didn't he set forth the idea of Medicare for all in the Senate? Or, at least this iteration, I should say, within the last 4 to 6 years. Because originally it came from Kucinich and then Gravel introduced theirs. But I digress. In this iteration of the Senate, he talked about Medicare for all. Jayapal was then able to create an entire coalition based around Medicare for all. And then the House passed Medicare for all. It is just the Senate who is dragging its damn feet. Mostly because it's Republican now. That was Bernie. For as many mistakes Bernie may have made throughout his career, he's gotten a lot of stuff done. I don't know if you heard, because she says, man, he's just nobody likes him. He just broke 24-hour fundraising records back to back last week. Not once, back to back. Boy, I want to be that not liked when I become a politician. Good God Almighty! You telling me if nobody likes me, I can break fundraising records back to back? I can break quarterly fundraising records after I broke the last quarterly fundraising record. Before or after I broke the last quarterly fundraising record. I joined a race and raised $6 million in 6 hours. But hey, look, sign me up. How the hell do I become that disliked? How do I become that disliked? I need to figure that. Bernie, call me, dog. I can't be 78 or 79, and I can't be a white man. I can give some speeches, though. I can do that. I can definitely do that. I can scream Medicare for all and give speeches if that's the formula to being as disliked as you are, so I can have record-breaking fundraisers. Back to back to back to back. That boy is so unpopular, he had 1 million volunteers 3 months ago. No, excuse me. I lied. He had 1 million volunteers within the first month of him announcing. He had 1 million unique individual donors 3 months ago. That is the type of unpopularity that I desire. Please. See, I told y'all Hillary Clinton was trying to get a vice presidential spot. Listen, this is what made me mad. So remember when Hillary Clinton attacked Tulsi Gabbard? When Hillary Clinton attacked Tulsi, she said, I said that I think that Hillary is trying to plant seeds. Tulsi even said in her response, how about you stop trying to run an election through your proxies and go up against me head to head? Because at the end of the day, this is really what it's about. You want to be in the Oval Office. And everybody said, oh, look at Tulsi trying to make it about her. She's being egotistical. Hillary isn't running through her proxies. How you feel about that now? Because the only people that she's made it very clear that she's not going to support if they're the nominee is Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders. Interesting. Makes you wonder why, huh? Maybe because she knows for a fact the only two she cannot bully into making her the vice president is Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders. But everybody was like, oh, Tulsi's just being super egotistical, and that's why she's saying that. She's trying to make it about her and Hillary. No, you know what? The only part that Tulsi was kind of not right in is this. It isn't just about her and Hillary. It's about her and Bernie and Hillary. Hillary does not like them. Now, granted, Hillary dislikes Tulsi even more because Tulsi said it straight to her face that she's not scared of the Clintons. But that, nonetheless, it was about Tulsi, Bernie, and him. Because who are the biggest threats to Hillary Clinton's entire mafia? The man with all the popularity and the woman with all the conviction and willingness to put Hillary Clinton on her ass and hold her accountable when the time comes. McCrazy, thanks for the super chat. Not my view that Joe is corrupt in any way. Well, technically, it may not be his view that Joe is corrupt, but he didn't. As long as he didn't apologize for the Social Security thing, because later you can't be mad at, you can't apologize for Joe's words verbatim. Big Irv, we don't need her support. Yeah, exactly. Hell, actually, I would appreciate it if she stayed as far away from Bernie or Tulsi as humanly possible if she's going to support them. Because then I'm going to start to question both of them. I'm like, oh, hold up. Why is Hillary all of a sudden supporting y'all? Right? Aren't Bernie's prominent supporters people of color and women? Is HRC racist and sexist? And that answer is yes and yes. In fact, Bernie Sanders pays his staffers more than what the Clinton Foundation paid their women. He pays his women staffers more than what the Clinton Foundation. But we found that out in 2016. And I mean, do we really have to ask whether or not Hillary Clinton is racist? Really? Come on. We saw how she treated those Black Lives Matter supporters when they tried to challenge her on her record. Okay? At the end of the day, people, Hillary Clinton thinks she's getting in that White House. She thinks she's sitting in that Oval Office one way or another. And once again, y'all, we know this from experience with Hillary Clinton. Hillary likes being handed everything. But like, oh my God. You can't be you got to get checked into a psychiatric ward or something, bro. You got to go see somebody. I'm not qualified to help you. Nobody in this chat is qualified to help you. Nobody on social media, nobody around you. Your husband got his own issues. Called Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. He got those type of issues. So he ain't even qualified to help you. But somebody needs to convince this woman to go see somebody, because this legitimately is not healthy. It is not healthy to there's no way your numbers. You lost to what we thought at the time was the most unpopular politician. Like, he was a walking satire. You would have thought that Trump was doing a long form skit for Saturday Night Live. Not even joking. You would have thought that at the time. But apparently, people thought your campaign was actually the biggest joke and you were actually trying to win an election. That's hilarious, don't you think? So you had a chance to beat that goofball, but people were like, you know what? Man, I really dislike Trump, but fuck her. I'm not voting for her. I love the way Cat Williams had made a joke. I think it was called, it was in Pimp Chronicles. I want to say it was his very first super popular stand-up, when she lost to Barack Obama the first time. And Cat Williams was like, Hillary Clinton was acting all cocky like she had already won the election. Like she just had the black vote all locked up. And then he was like, we don't know you like that. It was your husband that we had liked. We don't even know who you are. Which is true, right? She's been her whole political career has been driven by the former popularity of her husband. It's you nobody likes. You know why you get things done? Because money maketh the world go round, Hillary. Oh God, first of all, I was still the most unproductive senator, but according to the Daily Kos. Okay, this was the same Daily Kos that kissed her ass all of 2016. Okay, they said you were one of the most unproductive senators, bottom two. All right, they said this. But everything in your political career is owed to your husband's popularity, even though the popularity was really undue. And so it makes sense that as your husband becomes more and more unpopular, your clout shrinks more and more. Nobody likes you. And if you don't want to back Bernie as a nominee, okay, who cares? You act like somebody cares if you want to back Bernie. Nobody cares. Bro, you lost to Barack Hussein Obama in a time of rabid Islamophobia. Then you lost to Donald Trump. That man was blatantly racist as hell didn't give a damn, and you couldn't beat that. And, it's because I'm a woman. No, because if Tulsi Gabbard went up against Donald Trump, she would murderize him. It would be over. He would be down for the count. It would be 50 states. You can't say, well, people were discriminating about age because Trump is old as hell. And if Bernie went up against Trump, he would murderize him. It wouldn't even be close. People just don't like you. And now, because of you and you specifically, now people don't like the entirety of the establishment and anyone who was ever once attached to you. You destroyed the entire Democratic Party because you forced them to endorse the most corrupt politician in the history of the world and told them, if you will not do it, I will end your career. So now anyone who has even been attached to you is considered toxic. In many ways, Bernie should thank you for his popularity, because it wasn't until we realized just how bad establishment Democrats are that he was able to soar and people were able to kind of wake up to the different politician that he is. And now, thanks to Bernie, we got Tulsi Gabbards, we got Nina Turners, we got Ilhan Omars. They're everywhere. We got them everywhere now. Now, thanks to you, because I literally had to give up law school to expose your corruption. I have a whole progressive MCSC network. We're good now. So in a lot of ways, much of us owe our popularity to just how unpopular you are. It is literally popular to expose you. There are 328 people watching me expose you right now. So you know what, Hillary? I ain't gonna be mad at you. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We really do. So make sure that you keep that same energy, because we don't want to hurt Bernie's chances. We don't want to hurt Tulsi's chances. If they, and by the way, this is a pretty big clue if you're curious. Their internal polling, because their external polling versus their internal polling are two different types of polling. Anybody in politics can let you know that. Their internal polling must not be looking good. I said this whenever she came out of nowhere and attacked Tulsi. Because I said, why the fuck was she? You know what? That does make sense, because every time their internal polling is not looking good for them, they go after the person. She tells on herself. Like, yeah, I know these polls are saying this, but what are you going to get from a sample of 300 likely primary voters? Those aren't the voters that Bernie's going after. That's not the voters that Tulsi are going after. They're going after the unlikely voters. That's who they're going after. People who don't go to the events. They don't even necessarily throw their dollars behind a politician, because they're unlikely voters, but they say, you know what? Hey, I like this person, so I'm definitely going to make an effort to go vote for them. Remember, there's only 9 million people who voted in the entire country in the Democratic primary. So 100,000, 200,000 unique individual donors in the beginning is actually really good. It's really, really good. That's why they try to set that marker so high, because 100,000 to 200,000 unique individual donors usually equates to about 1 million votes at least, right? In the beginning. That's why they set that bar so ridiculously high, because they didn't think that person like Tulsi or like even Andrew Yang would be able to hit that bar, because look at what we saw. How many people got kept off the stage because they couldn't hit that bar, because it's not easy to do. But y'all looked at that internal polling. Y'all was like, okay. So Kamala's out. Shit. Oh, okay. Well, maybe Warren. Oh, shit. Okay. Never mind. She just killed her campaign. Well, Klobuchar. Never mind. That was never going to happen. Okay. So we're going to rely on Joe Biden. Hold on. How many times did he lose? Oh, shit. So who's left? Who's going to? Michael Bennett. You want us to win the election with Michael Bennett is the best chance we got? What about John Delaney? Where's John Delaney at? He still got that man outside dancing with the sign in Iowa. What's John Delaney polling at? Oh, we're going to lose, ain't we? We're going to lose. All right, pressing the red button. Bernie's a sexist. Tulsi's a Russian bot. Amy Klobuchar. New York Times, get on this. Amy Klobuchar. Is she the next Hillary Clinton? Let's figure this out. Come on, we got to stop this from happening. This is what happened. It's ridiculous. But that's what happened. They're freaking out, and it doesn't. Listen, I think there's some proverb about this, but basically, there is nothing that exists that originates from nothing. Okay? It doesn't just spontaneously materialize, especially not in politics. There's something that prompts people to react the way they do in politics. Joe Biden taking this as personally as he's taken it. This isn't the first time that Bernie or his surrogates have called out Joe Biden on his stances for Social Security. This is old news. But it's the first time when Bernie's in first place nationally in the country. Isn't it crazy how everyone can attack Bernie as a socialist? Everybody can smear Tulsi Gabbard. Everybody can call Andrew Yang John Yang. But the moment they say, hey, I'm not even going to say shit. Watch this. I'm just going to play his video. I'm going to play his video. Oh, my God. Bernie used a video of me saying words that I said, but they doctored it. He didn't get me clearing my throat in the middle of the sentence, and it changed the entire context of the conversation. What I said was I would cut Social Security if I had to. He edited that part out, and really, so that's a smear, if anything. Good God Almighty. Y'all, this woman. All right, y'all, I'm out. Thanks for tuning into that segment of Mi Casa and Su Casa. Make sure you like this. Make sure you share it. Leave a comment below. But always remember, more than anything else, people, find your balance. Peace. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you like that segment of Mikasa Sukasa. Of course, if YouTube is giving you trouble, as it always does, you can download the Rockfin app and follow us there. Also, if you want to continue to help our show grow, you can help us reach our goal of 500 patrons on Patreon and donate as little as $1. Really, anything helps. Other than that, always remember, people, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.